welcome to Drawing with Fire. I am Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, and I'm joined today with hubby.
Oh yeah.
And I have no idea what happened last time. I did everything the exact same. I don't know if YouTube had a hiccup, so hopefully everybody will be coming over from whatever that other link was, because it sure wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't even have a link.
Yeah. I switched to Facebook, so hopefully we shall be good. Alright, so we are going to do different textures. I know some people have been asking about shading in different textures, and what I have done is I try to do small areas, and that way I can get through more. So we have fabric, I have short black fur, I have long white fur, and I have chrome. And if we got a minute, I will just do shading on the sphere to make it look likeable. So that is what we're going to do today. Hi, Paulo, Chris, Burl, Sheila, Eve. Is Eve here yet?
No, not yet.
She'll be here. She'll be here. So hopefully this is bright enough for you. And I am going to pop up the fabric. This is going to be a very zoomed in area of the peak. In fact, maybe I should change the photo on that so we know exactly what is going to be. There we go. So hopefully that makes it a little easier and I don't mess everything up, because that's what's happening.
You're gonna be fine.
It's a day. It is a day. Trying to make it bigger for you guys, and it does not want to work. There we go. So that's what we're working on. And I'm going to start, I think, with the darks, because there is no outlining. What we're looking at are different shadows and shapes. So this is the black and white version. We're just looking at the shapes, and as long as we burn in the shapes, it will look like what we want it to look like. So let me clip this where I can see it. Turn on my burner. It has been a day, and my hat's gonna fall off my head, so we'll do that. Get it ahead of time. Hi, Greg. Yes, new link. I don't know what happened with all that. YouTube wasn't, last week Facebook didn't like me, and this week YouTube didn't. So I am heating up my 18M. I think that will work well for the fabric. I also have the large ball tip on the second cord. Why aren't you heating up as quickly as I would like you to?
Why do you have a ball tip on the second one?
Because the ball tip will allow me to get into smaller areas if I need to quickly. Because I really do. Are we dirty? No, we're not dirty. It's just going to be one of those days, I guess. Okay, so I don't have every single thing transferred out. I just need to know where the darks and the lights are. And then I can go from there. So without outlining, you know what sucks is I'm having to look over the camera to do this, because I wanted to make sure. And I'm lifting the pen and dragging, lifting and dragging in this case, so that I could get a little more unified burn. And I don't want an outline. And this way it's easier to blend out. So knowing how the pen works for you and how you hold it makes things a lot easier with shading. Now this board is the test board that I've been using for other things, obviously, because we got the words upside down. I did hand sand this last night, but it's still not as smooth as I would like it. And I'm just trying to blend because I hit some grain there, so I'm trying to blend it out. And here at the top of this dark, it does lighten a bit. So I'm just going to keep it that way for now. I can always go back in and darken it, and that will make things easier. But fabric, honestly, I think fabric's one of the easiest things to burn. As long as you pay attention to the contrast and not outlining it, I think it's probably one of the easiest things to get right on your first time out. But if you outline it, it's not going to look right to you. And it won't feel like the fabric that you want. So right now, that's why I'm putting in the darks. Those are my guidelines. If I know where my darks are, looking at the fabric, my highlight isn't too far away. Is the picture big enough on the screen, or do I need to?
No, I think it's big enough.
Okay.
Well, Eve's here, and so
Hey,
is Greg and Ted.
Hey, Ted. I think I got Greg. Hey, Greg. So just, and here I'm going with the grain. It just makes it easier for the pen tip to glide. And speed makes a big difference, because right now I'm set on 4. But I'm getting different values. And that's based on how quickly I'm moving the pen. Also, this is the Blick board, and it's not the one I like to burn on anymore, which is why I have been using it for testing and examples. So everybody who celebrated a holiday, I hope you had a good one. It always seems like more work. Just getting that in there. If I want it darker, on the same temperature, I have not adjusted at all. I'm on 4. And I'm using more of the base of the tip to get a bigger area. But with this tip, that also means it burns lighter. Since I know that. Alright. And I try to keep these areas small. They're 2 by 3. So we just put that in there for now. Where is our next dark? Let's get this one. And where there's a fold, a lot of times it's a little darker, but no outline. Pen control, even if you're using the walnut hollow, I think the pen control is what's going to make a difference in how the burning comes out for you. Once you get to know your burner, you can go ahead and set it at that higher setting, but still burn lighter, because you and your pen have become friends. Now I'm going to have to move the board because I really can't get the angle I want. You and your pen have become friends. You're now comfortable with each other. And so now you can do things together. No, I didn't get that smooth. I should have turned this board all the way. I should hopefully be able to blend that out so it's not so obvious. But I'm not going straight black in this burn, because the shadows aren't going to, even if it looks like it on screen or even in your black and white photo, for fabric, unless it is black fabric, the areas are not going to be perfectly dark. So right here I was just transferring based on my black and white. And I notice I missed some area here. This part of the fold is lighter than the shadow it's creating. So I'm going to map that in and do so lightly so that I have room for error. And what I'll do is let Kat decide what we're going to work on next, just in case I don't get it through everything today. I'll at least get done. So this just does not feel like it's burning right. Why? I haven't had it on in a while and it's been cold in here. So I guess maybe it's cranky. So let's heat it up. Because even on 4, this should be burning darker. Alrighty.
Excuse me. Apparently Ted is addicted to Thanksgiving leftovers. He says he needs to stop, but he can't quit cold turkey. Anyway, I just had a turkey sandwich as well. So,
Yeah, you've already eaten.
I feel like, well, I had to.
Yes, you get hangry.
I do. My metabolism runs faster than yours, which yours runs in reverse.
Like last week.
Yeah.
Alright. Part of it is the wood. Since I've been on the Connell board, I definitely can feel a difference in this wood. I did link the Connell birch down in the description of the video, and I have the code. They have been nice enough to extend the code through January 1st, so I need to get stocked up too. I need to get some more boards, especially for our secret plan next year.
Yes.
I'm just going to tease them but not tell them. Only one other person knows that is nearby right now, and they won't talk.
Bernadette?
Oh, besides her.
Oh, me.
Besides you.
Huh?
Yes, there's one other person. Who knows?
Oh, right.
Who knows?
Yes. You said nearby.
Well,
I was thinking physical proximity, not chat proximity. But now chat's going to be like, they're going to try and like,
oh, they can do that.
they're going to like find the person and like.
Alright, I am going to switch over to the
Try
large
to-
spoon because right now the 18M.
Yes, Chris, secret plan is in
Something different. Different. Alright, so I'm going to keep this on 4, but it's going to burn different because it's a different tip. Different thickness. This is a thinner tip than the 18M. But I think I should be able to get some nice smoothness and curve to it. Just hurry up. Making us wait. I went ahead and bumped it up to 4.5 so I can try to speed this up. Alrighty, here we go. The burner hasn't been on since Friday. I worked on the dragon for a little while. There we go. Now this part is darker. I'm going to slow down. Yeah, part of this is the wood. I'm going to slow down. At 4.5, this should be darker. Wood can make a difference. It's not always your burner. And I'm guessing that I worked on this type of board for so long that I mentally adjusted as I went. And so really didn't notice certain things. Now that I'm not using it, I notice it. Let's go to 5. I need to go faster. I don't normally recommend going faster, but I want to make sure you guys have the information you're looking for. Alright, so this right here is darker because it's a fold. It's not exactly a line. You need to get it in there. There we go. This blue. So do we have any questions while
Nope.
we're going?
Nope. Oh, you just let on that she's in the know.
Oh, see, I wasn't going to say who it was.
She's whistling innocently. What did we see recently that made you think of Eve?
Oh, I have it on my phone. It's a picture. It's a t-shirt. I was going to send it to her. Not the t-shirt. I took a picture of the t-shirt so that I could send the picture to Eve.
That's right. Yeah, she saw it and she's like, oh my god, that's Eve.
So Eve. But my phone, I think, is in my cloak of invincibility. Let's see here. So not even all of the underneath is dark. There's different values because light reflects. So we need to try to capture that. And I'm still not feeling like I'm using the right pen for some reason. Alright. I'm just going to go in here and get the little darker because it's folding over. I'm trying not to burn in over the graphite so that I can erase it easy. This is all shapes. We've got a hot dog bun going there. I saw something else earlier, but I am not going to say, nor am I going to point it out.
Really hard at that because I was like, oh my god.
I know it's there.
Okay.
I'm just not acknowledging it.
Okay.
Because trust me, I thought about it too when I was doing it. I was like, oh no, not again. Not again. But it's fabric, so yes, again. Alright, let's get that in there, slow it down.
Fabric drapery is a huge staple of drawing classes.
Oh yeah.
And really,
but I always liked it.
Well, yeah, it's enjoyable. Like really, if you ever just want to challenge yourself, just grab a random piece of cloth and throw it over something and draw what you see.
Yep. Practice those shit. If you can't turn on your burner, whether you're at work and you're on break, just having a little notepad and a pencil.
My mind's not in the gutter, Eve. I was trying to be protective because I know how Valarie is.
It's too soon for me to lose it.
Her mind, however, yes, it's in the gutter.
It's a wonderful place.
Sheila is suggesting you could be having problems because your wood is maybe slightly damp because of the cold. I don't know.
You know what? At this point, I'm not going to say no. It is possible. The heater's been on for, what time are we at? 3 hours?
My toes are cold.
We're up to 51. Hey, it was 41. 43 when I turned the heater on.
Yeah, I think it's like 43 on the floor.
I switched back over because I can move quicker with this tip. Now, on shading with any tip, you should have multiple textures and shapes and whatnot that you can get in one stroke. And that's just a matter of turning just slightly. You won't see me moving it a whole lot because of the camera angle. But if I want a thinner, darker line with a little lighter along the side, I'll tilt it just a hair to my left. And that will give me what I was looking for along the edge without heating up and going dark for the whole area. Let's see here. I did switch over back to the 18M. There's things that the spoon cutter is good for. It's just not my my go-to. And I'm on 5. Like I said, I did hand sand this because the garage was too cold for me to go in and do my sanding. So that could be a little bit of the issue. I even wet the board and sanded it again, trying to get it super smooth. Muted everything but the phone. Ah, you're leaving us.
Well,
You're leaving us. All right, so I get to remember. Look at chat. Look at chat. Let's see here. I don't think I have any funny stories to tell about him right now. Yeah, part of this is the wood.
phone's muted again. I have no idea who that was.
Well, you're just popular today.
Not really.
Sure you are.
It's annoying.
Do I need to zoom in, or is it... Because when I look up on the screen, it looks smaller to me.
Yeah, you could probably zoom in a little bit.
Zoom in a little bit. So I'm dragging. And that is going to... In fact, if I tilt my pen a little to the left and drag along the edge, I'm getting... Though I'm getting lines up and down, I should be able to blend those out. But I'm getting a little darker brown. And that's part of the pen control, is just knowing what the pen will do. Yeah, see, I'll go back in and smooth that out. But we are having issues with the wood. Alright, so we want to zoom in. Alright.
I was trying, but I don't.
Let's see. I just have to see where I have the camera.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
There we go. Yeah, it's back in the back. Alright, so I'm trying to hide.
Yeah, I'm surprised you even use that board.
Because I've been using it and I didn't want to waste wood because wood costs money. So what I'm gonna do is put that back on. And then we can go on looking for it in this one.
Ted wants to know if there's a secret to drying wood if it's still green.
If it's, I'm sorry, is there a secret to drying wood? If it's still kind of green, thinking of using my barbecue smoker at low heat, no smoke. I know that some people put it in their oven on low heat for a long time to dry it out. Apparently there's a technique with a microwave and drying the wood out. I buy my boards, and I know not everybody can, but I buy my boards so I don't have to worry about it. They're all kiln dried. Do you have any other methods for quick?
Not for quick. I would say that if you know that you're going to be doing a lot of projects and you have green wood, that the best thing that you can do is to find a nice dry place to stack it.
But you're supposed to separate them in
And
between
separate
each.
it, yes, and separate it. And ideally, you want to you want to keep it straight as well. So in between the boards that you're doing, especially if it's panels, you want to kind of it's hard to describe, but basically you don't want to just leave a board out to dry because it could curl a little bit.
It will curl, and if it's circle, the grain shrinks and cracks.
So you want to try and weight it down at the edges if you can, and you can stack multiples like that. But and then just let it dry over a period of time. So
Long while.
Yeah, so that you've got boards when you're ready to have boards. And if you keep using that system, if you're supplying your own wood, then you should be okay. But that's the long run. And as far as drying them quickly, you need an environment that doesn't have a lot of moisture in it. So I know some people, you talk about using saunas if you have a sauna.
Sauna.
But don't apply any of the steam. Just, heat it up. And of course, if you've got, like Val said, an oven, then you can do that. All those things are problematic, though, if you're not wanting to waste electricity.
Yeah, that's true.
Like even if Ted said with the barbecue smoker with no smoke, I mean, that could work, but you're going to be running it for a long time. So I would say the least problematic way to do it is to find a space that they're not going to be disturbed, where they're off the ground, separated and weighted, so that they can be left alone to dry, and then just leave them and then come back to them, check them from time to time. But
he's wanting quick.
Yeah.
The oven is the only method I've heard of in the microwave. I don't know.
I've heard of microwave too, but I would have.
It would have to be a small piece.
Yeah, but I would think that would be. What's a different process? I don't know anything about that, because that's a little. I don't know what that would do to the wood.
I don't either. Oh. Okay.
Ted says, I've got an electric turkey roaster. I could use that at 200. I suppose if it's small enough. You could deep fry some boards.
The air fryer?
Yeah. Actually, the air fryer probably would work.
I don't know that I would be keen on trying.
No.
Alright. So I'm trying.
Yeah, Meryl, behind your wood stoves. Actually, that's not a bad idea. As long as you can find a good stable place. Because as you know, if you have wood stoves, you know that any wood that is around them that's green, like plywood or panels or anything, they're going to warp, unless you've got them stabilized.
So my mid-tone needs to be darker.
Angel's here.
Hey, Angel. I'm making my mid-tone darker. This light that's right here will stand out better. So.
Somebody's saying the dryer. Beryl, are you suggesting the dryer?
I don't.
Oh, no, use microwave just for wood. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. With as much as I gotta get done, I don't do my own wood.
No.
And I can't, I don't know how bad I would freak out if I picked out the perfect wood, said, okay, I'm going to dry it, and it's going to be for this specific piece, and I have to have it done by this specific time, and go about drying it only to have it crack or warp or... So it's just not a goal of mine. Alright, so we have a high highlight along this top ridge. And then I think we're going to move on.
Our air fryer doesn't work that way. We do have a rotisserie in it, but it doesn't tumble.
No, we don't have that kind.
No.
Yeah, part of this is the wood.
Can you imagine like a bunch of wood in a clothes dryer? How you go to like
shoes are bad enough.
You go to a laundromat with a bag full of wood, and you're like, and then just pour out a bunch of lumber inside a dryer, put your money in, and
you probably get kicked out.
Sit there reading a paper. What are you talking about?
Alright, so trying to get the different values in. In fact, can I get this done with...
What you could do is you could get a hot air balloon and you could suspend the wood above the hot air burner, and that way you could use
Why
the
not
heat.
just have it hanging over a volcano?
I always have to one-up me, don't you?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I'm heating at the large ball tip. That does take a little longer. Alright, let's go up to 6 with it just so I can get it hotter quicker. And then I can... And the reason I'm switching over to the ball tip is I can quickly...
Ted says that sounds like a Mr. Bean episode.
Oh, yeah, we did just watch him. So here. Yep, this is the wood. Wow, I didn't realize how...
Yes, you could iron your wood on an ironing board.
Yep, you could.
But then you'd have to be careful because if you left the iron on there, it'd be like a big triangle burn mark.
Well, then you can carve it out. Do relief carving on it. Let's see. Yeah, this wood is not liking me. It's like mad at me because I left it. I feel a big difference with it.
You know, if anybody does pottery, you could do a kiln on very low heat, not on firing heat, because then it would just annihilate the wood. But
I'm just trying to work out the best tip that I can do the quickest with. This is the small spoon shader, but it heats up. Oh, that's hot. There we go. That's what I need. It heats up better than the ball tips. So
Ted says panini press. You could dry your wood with a panini press.
So this is on 4.
I think Valerie's done with me.
I'm just trying to think here, and it's hurting.
Well, Daryl says that the crow is on its way to Victoria. Pattern should be there this week.
Do what? Crow's on its way to Victoria. Awesome! I thought she'd already gotten the pattern. I can't wait. I showed it to Eve. Now that's going to be too dark. So I have 1 or 2 options. I can try to sand it out or go darker with my darks. This. I should have done this wood. It sucks. It's ticking me off. I've never had this problem that I remember.
I do.
I
do.
With this wood?
Not with this wood, but with other pieces of wood.
It's just not burning right. But it's enough that if you're new to wood burning, that you would think it was you, when sometimes it is the wood.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You think it was me?
I think it was you as a new person burning.
Oh.
Silly butt.
I'm like, am I that incompetent? Do not answer that. Do not answer that.
Okay. I won't answer it. There. Now it looks less orange. So I'm switching over to the 18S. I should be able to use lower heat. This pen works a little differently than the 18M. So right now I'm on 4. It is burning smoother. Alright, maybe we'll just have to stick with this one. Yeah, I can feel how different the wood is burning. Sometimes it is not you. Sometimes it is the wood. So, what I'm doing is just trying to get like one area done so we can see how different adding some contrast does. Let's see here, it cuts down a little bit lower. And then we'll move on. What's the next thing we're moving on to?
Me?
Well, I asked chat and I didn't know chat responded. We got chrome, black fur.
They did not answer.
Long white fur.
Well, the eye is the next sequentially.
The eye is not my focus. The fur around it is.
Oh.
I mean, if we had time, because miraculously
Well, didn't you have a specific request for white fur?
not request, but Gela's trying to work it out.
Well, maybe you ought to do that.
Let's see here. This is darker. Trying to burn over. See, I didn't adjust the heat, but just by slowing down the pen, it got darker.
Yeah.
That's why knowing and being comfortable with your pen makes a big difference. This is lighter. The high highlight is very thin.
Dr. Otto Connell
Hey,
is
Otto.
here. Supervillain.
Your supervillain name? Let's see here. Darken this up a little bit. Bring that there. So that's fabric. I would obviously do more and spend more time. I feel like we need to move on. So if we have any last minute questions about fabric, I'm saying that I have not outlined. And that right there may look like an outline, but I've also got heat coming up the back, the heel of the pen, of the tab. And so that, okay, I need to move away from this because my brain just kicked in. Yeah, see, yours did too, didn't it?
My job is to to go there to try and keep you out of trouble. I questioned this from the beginning, including you using the same board with the other thing on it.
It's covered.
Yeah, but you can see it.
No, you can't. How can you see it? It's covered. So I would darken up this area, pay attention to my high highlights. There's actually, because of the blue fabric, there's not any white, so to speak. It's just light blue. So you would have to take that into consideration if you decided. I would think that maybe if you wanted to use a colored pencil to add a highlight for some of those areas, I would use cream. Oh, lost you. Cream instead of white. And that's just because our burning is more cream color.
Paulo, supervillain is a compliment, so no need to have sad face.
We all have supervillain in us.
I know, but I hold Dr. Evil in high esteem.
This is true, you do. You do. Alright, so.
Dusty Ward is here.
Hello, Dusty. Where are we going next? You said white fur. Okay, so that would be the kitty. Let's switch that out. Kitty, kitty, kitty. There we go. Make it a little bigger. I don't have the black and white on here. Let's see if I can switch it out. Because I think the black and white would make it a little easier, which I do not have. So no, we're going to leave it. Alright, so this is white hair. And as you can tell, the kitty doesn't look white. What I'm going to do is switch over real quick to that photo. Here's our white kitty. And because of white not being truly white, this is what we've got. In some area the photo is blown out, and there would be very much texture in these areas. And now I'm going to switch my kitty back over to where we're focused on, which is the chest. Alright, so let's do this. So we do have shadow in here. I am going to lower the temperature on this one a little bit. I'm going to stick with the 18S because
I think I'm in trouble for calling Otto a supervillain.
Oh no.
It was meant as a compliment. Just a compliment.
Yeah, he likes. It makes him think of Doctor Evil, which he loves Doctor Evil.
If I was a doctor, I would.
He would be Doctor Evil.
I would insist on people calling me Doctor Evil.
Evil. So it's a compliment. It's not meant to as anything bad. You also have to remember, Otto is over in the UK, and so different humor. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking as to where my darkest areas under the fur is. And of course that's going to be the shadows. So I'm trying to follow the fur without burning in the pencil. Because on this, pencil would definitely show through, graphite will definitely show through these lighter burns and take away from your kitty. I'm trying to stay away from that. And it's okay if we go a little darker, because when we go darker, the light areas that in a lot of cases we're going to leave, because what we're doing is called negative burning. Where we leave that light area, it's actually going to look lighter because of the darker. Do you keep getting in trouble?
No, I think there's just some confusion.
Oh, are we good now?
I think so. Paulo, are you upset that you're not evilish?
We can find evil for you. Evil. Evil.
Actually, that would make Eve would be the closest to that, wouldn't she?
She would. Alright, so trying to get... I did not put every stroke of fur in. I went just on where I knew I was going to want shadow, and this also allows me to see the direction of the fur. It's just enough information for me. But if you're new to burning, use as much information as makes it easier for you. The longer you burn, as you go further along, if that's what you choose to do, you'll figure out for you how much information your brain needs to create what you want to create.
That's true.
So don't go by what I do on that. I've been burning, it's been 13 years now. We are now at 13 years this month. And I also am using the side so that I can get some of the texture of the fur without burning it. My brain doesn't need as much. But if yours needs more, that is perfectly fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Whoa, I just had deja vu. Big time. Have I done this one before?
Have you done this one before?
No, I don't think I have. But...
I don't think you have.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Oh, don't do that to you.
We did this before.
We did it before.
Oh.
I'm not helping.
You never do. I'm sorry.
Hey.
No, that was big time deja vu. Like, it continued, kept going. You sure we haven't done this?
Yes.
Okay.
We've done fur.
Yeah, but not like this.
What about when we did like Santa?
Yeah, but this exact thing.
Oh. Like
this exact thing, and I've never seen that kitty before. That's not where I got it last time.
Well, we spent a lot of time around Xena.
Yeah, but no, I don't burn her.
That's probably good.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to... I know, I'm pretty sure Sheila has the 18S, so I think it'll work for your kitty. Sorry, the ring was stabbing me. And long strokes where there's longer hair, shorter strokes where there's shorter hair. So some of this I can take the eraser, which is why I was just kind of filling it in. And I think we're going to focus just on this area right here so that I can move on to the next.
Okay, now I'm having deja vu because Ted, are you messing with us?
What did he do now?
He said something about Thanksgiving leftovers. He can't cook cold turkey.
He's so messing with you.
Come on, I'm looking back.
No, he's...
Okay,
yes, he's messing with you.
Good.
All
I just
right.
want to make sure.
So let's darken up some of these shadows, kind of fade them out a little bit. But by using the angle, the side, I'm not getting straight lines. So it allows for that fur texture up above. You can kind of...
Sheila says maybe it was because of the third video that you didn't edit.
I know. No, again, still different fur.
And she says, yes, I have the 18S.
Okay. So I think for your kitty, he's doing a commission. Unfortunately, the photo that they gave her...
Oh, that's that one that's kind of blurry?
Yeah.
Or not...
White kitty.
Not good detail.
Or it's not a white kitty, it's... I looked it up. I can't think what it's called now.
Maine Coon?
No.
Persian?
It's like, no.
Abyssinian? Tabby? I'm just going through cats.
I know you are. That's why I'm going to stop until you're done with the list.
I'm done.
You done?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive. Now you're just wasting time.
Alright, so some of...
What kind of cat was it?
It's a white-chested tiger striped top.
Never heard of that breed.
I know. I can't remember the name of the breed. I looked it up. Anyway, part of the fur in the photo is blown out. And so I went helping Sheila by looking for a reference photo that had similar markings in fur length. Do I want to know? Are they slapping you?
No, they're not. I was just imagining like trying to get somebody to do a portrait of Xena while her hair is blowing out. And it's like, all right, I'll make sure it would just be an explosion.
No, not that
I
kind
know
of blown
what
out.
you meant.
Okay. Yeah, that would be. It just
be a ball of hair.
It'd be like a dandelion that's been blown on, and the hair is just floating around. So I would keep darkening it and going in. I could even switch over to the small ball tip to continue this fur direction. But even though it's white, it still has value to it.
A lot of value.
You
know, a good if you're having a hard time seeing the value, you can take it into your photo editing program and
even on your phone,
and increase not the saturation, increase the contrast, just so that you can get an idea of it, of where different masses are.
Yep. Yeah. So, but this would need to go a lot darker to make the rest of the fur that's around it lighter. If I could do that, I think quickly with a small ball tip. So switch this out. Even the writer tip actually might work well for me. Just to get the thinner. Sorry, I need more coffee. I'm only on my second cup.
This was my second cup.
And I turned the burner off. I'm a dork. Oh, I'm a dork. Dork.
Okay.
What?
What?
What? Just waiting for this to quickly heat up. Smaller tip, so it shouldn't take so long. And I think with this one, I am going to go a little hair above 3.
A hair above 3?
A hair above 3. Let's see. I just want to get one area in that shows Sheila what contrast does. And even can, because only like the tip of the hair along this ridge is lighter because of how the kitty is sitting. So we can even let's see.
I'm painting fur right now. Not right now. But that wolf. It's vexing me.
Yeah. Gotta take your time.
I
Same with burning. Like I can go even darker. Bump it up to 3.5. And this is where a smooth board makes a big difference too. So I'm not going to darken every area, just the darkest of the shadow. You don't want to know. I don't want to know why you're blowing on things over there.
Oh, I was messing with.
Let's see here.
I'll stop. Sorry.
I thought maybe a spider was coming at you.
No. What? No. I would just blow it away. Like, go away. Bad breath. Go away. I want to tell you
Here. So this one is making dots. This board sucks. Let's get some of the darker in there. Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. I'm going to switch back over to not this one that I just turned off. Go back to the 18. There we go. Much better. Much better. I can get finer lines, it looks like, with the 18S because I'm just using the edge. Let me set the camera. And I bumped it. This is up almost to 4. That's why it's burning darker. Mm-hmm. And this is what I mean by the groups. When I tell you groups of fur, that is a group. You can blend it out, get those start and stop blobs out. Let's see here now. If I go darker underneath here, it should make what I've got above lighter. And this is why it's important to have your fur going in the right direction. Let's see here. Some of it blends out. This, and when it blends out, I put the tip more flat so I can get a broader stroke.
Sorry.
You must be bored.
I'm not bored.
If you're bored, that means they're bored. So I gotta liven it up.
Coffee got to me.
So you're antsy.
Yeah. So the drawing of groups of fur is really important. And I think it's like you said, you don't have to draw any hair, draw every hair.
No, I do.
You can't.
I do pull the hair out so that you get that feeling.
You know, I misread a thing on a drawing tutorial once when I was younger. I feel like I've said this in chat before, but I'm going to say it again. And I misread this instruction, and it was about how to draw hair. And I read that in order to draw realistic hair, you need to draw every single hair. And so from like the time I was like 12 to 15, I was like diligently trying to draw every single hair. So all of my portraits look like spaghetti. But then I realized years later when I went back and read it, that said in order to do realistic hair, you do not need to draw every single hair. And I was like, oh.
Makes sense now. So, but you can still see the lights. And see over here, well, I'm just going to touch on that because some of it is going out in the photo. And again, I'm on the edge, and I'm just quickly drawing down. And I'm overlapping into the area that I'm trying to shape. That way it's not uniform. And because this is longer hair, I'm doing longer strokes. Let's see here. Following the direction of the hair.
Did you say that different people might use different strokes?
Sometimes.
And so you could actually say that there'd be different strokes
For different folks. Yep. Yep.
What you talking about, Valarie?
So, even with the area that is blown out in the photo, meaning too bright that you can't see detail, I would still make sure, because looking at it, you can see where the rest of the fur direction's going. Mm-hmm. So even if, and I know this is a commission, and they don't have any other photos of this particular kitty, they're not going to remember what direction every part of the hair went. They want just to make sure that that kitty looks like their kitty. So you can go along and infer some of the stuff. Like, I was in the wrong direction here. Let's see.
You know what you said about going in a specific direction. If you don't do that, your brain will pick up on it.
Yeah.
And it won't look right. You won't know why.
And I just did it right here, in fact. I got the direction wrong right here. But I don't feel I need to sand. I can just change my direction, because I've been going lighter.
Oh, Apollo has to go.
Bye, Apollo. I can hide that I messed up right there. Just like that. You see, as I go darker, the fur around looks lighter. But I've been burning quite a bit of the area. It's not just left blank. Does Sheila have any other questions? Because I think we'll move on to chrome. I'm kind of interested. I've never done chrome.
I see no questions from Sheila.
No. Let's make sure that Sheila is still in chat and typing on the right page.
I believe she is.
No, that's in reference to
okay.
A couple of weeks ago.
Gotcha.
She knows. But I want to wait and see if she has any questions before I...
Okay.
Following that fur direction. For longer fur, those longer strokes. And the shorter strokes for the shorter fur. Let's see here.
Well, that fur is looking nice that you're doing. It has a very fur-like quality.
I hope so. I just need to stay on camera.
Sheila says, no questions, Valarie.
No questions.
Ha, ha, ha.
Ha, ha, ha. Alright, we are moving to chrome. We just might get through this, huh?
Chrome is like... It took me...
Alright. Chrome. I am switching over to ball tip for this, and I am going to up the camera. Or down the thingy. Or up the thingy. Up the thingy. There we go. Alrighty. Our chrome is right there. It is off of a vehicle. Oh, what was it? It's an old vehicle. Starts with an H. This is just part of the...
H.
It starts with an H, yes. An old vehicle. And the... I guess I'm blanking the
My
word.
brain keeps saying Studebaker, but that's
No, it's not.
an H.
No. There we go. That's the color version of the chrome. We're just going to focus on the chrome. This is a female. But looking at chrome, and I know I'm doing chrome because a lot of people have been doing cars and with the holidays and everything. Looking at chrome, you will see a reflection. And what I didn't do is I looked closer at this photo, and in this chrome, you can see a house. You can see the two people standing by, looking at the car.
Is it a Hudson?
Yes.
Okay.
We see the sky. We see the clouds. All of this, because of chrome being shiny, everything is reflected. And so in order to get chrome to look right, you need to have that contrast, and it needs to be in the area that you see it. And that goes for any shiny metal, because if you change it, it's not going to look right. So I'm just going to put this here. I guess I can go a little smaller with her. And here I go again, moving stuff.
And the difficult thing about chrome too is chrome reflects its surroundings.
Everything. Yep.
So like in this piece here, this is reflecting like blue skies and clouds. And
that's why we need the black and white.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't show as sky necessarily.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the color.
Yeah.
That's what makes it different for us.
Yeah. So depending on where you're at, you wouldn't be able to put this in a dark, rainy day. If it was color, it wouldn't look right.
Yeah, if it was color. Now, black and white, or sepia,
yeah,
you can get away with it. Alright, so this is the small ball tip. We got small areas. And this is where contrast is going to make the biggest difference.
Yeah, because you need it.
You got to have those bright areas. Alright, there we go. So I am on... waiting. Did I turn on
Ted
that?
says, thank you, Pixar.
Pixar.
Maybe, you know what? Chat's probably going to yell at me, but I have never seen the movie Cars.
You haven't? I have only seen the first one. I have not seen any.
I haven't seen any of them. And I have a feeling...
That's cute.
Because Chat says Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a Hudson?
Yep.
Yep. There? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember which vehicle, but yes. Alright, so I'm on 4. I do need to have this tilted for my hand.
Chris says me either. Okay, I'm not alone.
I did transfer minimum lines. So I'm going to have to pay closer attention to my reference photo to make this look right.
There's a rule of thumb on chrome that I don't know if you want me to talk about it.
Go for it.
So when you're doing a piece of chrome, like just any part that's reflected, say a sphere, there's gonna be 3 distinct parts of that chrome. One is gonna be the bright of the sky, which is gonna be on the top part, and then you're gonna have a grayed out area that's on the bottom part, and then there's going to be a thin, very dark line dividing the two, and it's always
that's on the arm.
It's going to be in the middle. You can see that on the arm, and that is for the things that are dense on the horizon. It could be mountains, it could be, like in this case, it's houses and stuff. But you're always going to see that combination in chrome, unless you're in outer space, and then it gets really complicated because
we're not going there.
Yeah, But for earthbound objects, you're always going to see that combination, and for every raised surface, you're going to have that same combination of lines, and they're going to follow the curvature of the object that is chrome. And so it makes it pretty complicated. And if you can pull it off, it looks really cool, and if you don't pull it off, then it won't look like chrome at all. It'll just look like a mess. So
let's see if I can pull it off. I've never done it.
I'm sure you will.
A lot of it is paying attention to that reference photo.
Yeah. I've had to do a lot of chrome because I used to do custom automotive work, and people like their chrome. I mean, not just like people like stuff painted in chrome style. And then, of course, like whenever I was doing like armor and things, when I was doing fantasy stuff, a lot of that is chromed out. Different shiny metals.
This board is not helping.
you're already on the right track. So Ted says, being Santa, I have to know my cartoons. He says one car with named Hudson.
Yeah.
And cars. We just saw a cool Santa movie last night.
We did.
That was really cool.
I like that Santa movie.
Is it Christmas Chronicles on Netflix?
Yeah, if you got Netflix and you like Christmas stuff.
I think it's going to be a new Christmas classic.
Definitely for us, anyway.
I predict it.
You predict it.
I have foreseen it.
Definitely worth watching. Kurt Russell does an awesome job.
Oh.
Let's see here. When I transferred, I had to remind myself that I only transferred the dark lines. And I bumped up my heat. That's why I just went into the wood to 5. But I do need the dark, or it's not going to look right. One. Now on this one I would use color pencil for the high highlights. There's 2. Let's see if this is a little hot. Alright,
What's nice is if you want to study chrome, you probably only have to go outside of your car.
yeah.
Because it has, I think,
Somewhere it should have some.
yeah, every car is going to have something chrome on it, even if it's a hubcap. Ha! Even if it's me.
Even if it's you. Alright, so this is not as dark. This is more of our medium tone in the scheme of things.
Ted says The Hogfather is his favorite holiday movie. I have no idea what that is.
And I am an expert on Christmas movies. No. Guess not so much anymore. Alright. I am going to need to use a smaller tip for some of the areas because there's like dark right up against light, like right up against it.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, is that most times you're going to see the lightest part of the light, it's going to be right against that dark.
Yep.
So if you see like the sun, it's usually going to be like right there on that line. Right against the dark.
Let's see. The biggest thing is just trying to
Go ahead.
follow my reference.
Ted, I'm pretty nerdy, but I'm not familiar with that. I mean, that's a throwback reference, if I'm not mistaken. We're talking like Commodore 64 days, are we not?
Oh, what about it?
Discworld, Terry Pratchett. Unless there was a book, which there could have been.
Yeah,
Oh, he says from a book series. Because I know they made it into a computer game, too, in the 80s. So,
I only played Super Zaxxon on our
Super
Commodore
Zaxxon.
64.
Super Zaxxon was awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that went dark there. Darker than I would have liked.
80s arcade games. And it was just about the score.
Yeah. Yep. I haven't adjusted my heat yet, but I'm going to need to. Yeah. You know what? This ball tip is not doing it for me. Let's see here. What are we going to switch to? No, we'll just go back to the 18S. I can't get into little areas in this with this. Hand hurts. It hurts. There we go. See, I can get a much thinner, smoother line.
Wonder what chat's favorite holiday movies are.
Mine are Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, right?
The Santa Claus.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Christmas Vacation.
Yep. We just watched Muppet Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol was always my favorite as a kid. Then when the Muppets came out, that superseded it in every way.
You see it on camera? Because I'm moving. I'm having to move around.
You're on camera. And I've always been a big fan of Scrooge because it's also from the same story.
Let's see here.
Chris says A Christmas Story.
Oh yes, yes.
Shoot your eye out.
It's funny. I was a kid when that movie came out.
Robin Short's here.
Hi, Robin.
Oh my God, Ted! We just had this conversation with the kids. Ted says Die Hard.
It's not a Christmas movie. Even Bruce Willis says that.
Here we go.
It is a Christmas time.
Whoa! Why is it a sad day today in the cartoon world, Eve?
Oh no. No bad news.
I don't know. After Stan Lee passed, I don't know if I could take any more sad news.
Let's see here. So in this case, it does look like I'm outlining in a way. Blah, blah, blah. I am. But this is telling me where my midtones are going to go.
You're building the framework.
Yeah.
For the tones. The dude who spent it. Oh man, the creator of SpongeBob passed away.
Aww.
Hodge is here, and he says,
Hey,
Muppet Christmas Carol for sure. That's right, Hodge. Alright.
Hodge.
Huh?
Hodge or Podge?
Hodge.
Oh, I misheard.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
Alright, so now let's thicken these lines and fade out because the inner part is darker than the outer part, and I'm trying to fix where I use the ball tip. It's not smooth on this board, so I'm using the angle, the edge of this pen. Should be able to darken that area and then use the tip flat to fade it out. Still keeping the areas where my high highlights would be. That's too. I have to go back in and fix that. Let's see here.
Greg660 says it's a wonderful life.
Never seen it.
See, and I like that movie. I like it a lot. But I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Nope, I haven't seen it. I guess I'm not an expert.
We just watched Elf too. But that's because the kids want to. We
Yeah.
We don't ever watch it this close to the holidays.
No. Let's try. And if I mess up, I'm just going to have to darken that area. If I did. I'm trying to follow, like Jason said, the contour of the actual. He's not a flat piece of metal. He has shape. I'm trying to follow it.
Robin Shark says Holiday Inn. Do you know that one? And The Bishop's Wife? I've heard of The Bishop's Wife.
Holiday Inn, I've heard of it.
Beryl does not like Elf.
It took me a long time to be okay with Elf.
I'm sorry, Beryl, but I love that movie.
It took me a long time.
Normally it's because people have a problem with Will Ferrell. Yep, there she is. She says, I'm not a Will Ferrell fan. You either like him or you hate him.
That's true. Alright, that is light.
Don't hate me because I like Will Ferrell, Beryl, please. I'm okay, really.
I would rather have Will Ferrell than Fudgesicles.
Fudgesicles. What?
Well, I was trying not to cuss. What's his name?
Who?
Jim Carrey.
Oh.
Don't care for him.
I thought it was still the best version of the Grinch. I gotta check on the dogs.
The only good version of the Grinch is Dr. Seuss's The Grinch.
You know they're remaking it.
Again?
Yeah, the new Grinch is way too cheerful sounding.
Why can't I just leave him alone? Dr. Seuss did a good job. Alright, so I'm just trying to smooth things out. I could lower my heat a little bit, and I'm going to regret not doing that. I am trying to hurry. And that is part of the problem. You don't want to hurry. You want to slow down. I am only in a hurry because the live is coming to an end. And for some reason, I'm a little hoarse today. Don't know why. Let's get some light in just so we can see one area. What I'll do is put some colored pencil white so that we can see.
I don't know what that was about. They're all asleep except for Layla.
So what did you do?
I heard somebody whining.
Oh, I didn't. So let's see if I can get the arms to shine before we.
Oh, Robin Short saw the Christmas Chronicles. Said it was good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, Holiday Inn is a Bing Crosby movie, and White Christmas, Greg says. He says, showing our ages. Aw, thank you, Beryl. He says, we love you despite your faults. Polar Express.
I have not seen it.
Yes, you have.
Did I see it?
You made me watch it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Was I there?
Oh my god. So Valarie has this thing where she falls asleep during movies.
That's why I don't go to movie theaters.
Yeah.
I can sleep at home for free. It's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
See?
That's a truck.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See? It's a truck.
See, and I thought it was a dog.
No, not that time.
My bad.
Nope. Alright, trying. I'm just going to try to see if I can get these arms. And smooth wood makes a big difference. If I was trying to do this on an area where I didn't sand, I would be fighting it a lot more. Let's get this arm shiny. So this is the area where Jason was talking about that's a little more dull. At the bottom.
It's turning. Your chrome is starting to work. It's starting to come into focus. So.
Let's see. Oops. Trying to smooth it out. A little too thick there. That's alright. Can't get another difference. Let's see here. Trying to get the dark area. This is the kind of shadow. So you figure you got the high highlight, the mid-tone, shadow, and then you've got a cast shadow. Oh, to try to recreate. Let's see here. In between this one is lighter. I'm not getting a smooth as I would like. In this case, it is the wood. Alright, so let's get. Well, there's two arms here that are projecting out, and so I'm trying hit those areas accurately. And that's why turning the board is really important. It may look like I'm flat on the board with this tip, but I am not. Alright, so that means a little bit dark there. Trying to blend this out a little bit. This line that goes through the mid-tone is a little darker.
Just from watching you, like, I understand chrome. I would say probably, unless you have really good control over your burner, like, chrome would not work for me as a burning project because I don't have control. You definitely need that control to get those subtle tones, otherwise it's not gonna look right. Because the arm that's outstretched is looking proper now.
It definitely needs a high highlight in it.
That'll help sell it, yeah. But
this board isn't letting me.
this is making me want to paint. You've achieved the Bob Ross effect.
Yay!
You just make it look so easy.
Lines aren't straight.
Millions of people, like hours later after they've watched Bob Ross, are covered in paint and they're all frustrated.
How the hell did he do this? Yes.
Happy little tree. Wow.
Show you, happy little tree. Trying.
Yeah, you're like the Olympics. You just make it look easy.
No, not at all.
Sure,
This is looking like crap.
I'm sure like ski accidents go way up after the Winter Olympics.
This is looking like crap. I'm off.
Oh, Better Off Dead. That's a Christmas movie.
It is not a Christmas movie.
It's set in Christmas time, though.
Okay, there you go.
And they
Christmas.
they exchange presents.
Still not a Christmas movie.
It's a good movie to watch during the holidays.
I want to be able to put some colored pencils so we can see. How it looks. If I can turn this temperature down. Don't want to get this too dark.
Then there's a Star Wars holiday special.
Yes, there is.
Okay. French fries?
French bread.
Oh! It's a Better Off Dead reference.
Yes.
French fries. French bread. And to drink. Peru.
Let's see. Trying to get this right in top. There we go. That helped a little bit. See, these lines are a little too dark. I'm doing this. Just gonna have to get it right now. Yeah, it's not as smooth as I would like. Again, the wood makes a difference.
Yeah, but you need that high highlight to sell that. So.
Alright, well then. I was just trying to make sure I was done burning before I did that. As long as I know I'm not going to touch this again, it's fine.
Yeah.
Plus, I think we need to get rid of.
Plus, we're coming to the end anyway.
Yeah, her nose too pointy. Alright, for now. Make sure we're going to do it on the arm. So I need to erase any graphite left. Make sure I have the value that I want. Because once I put that white on there, I'm not touching it again with the burner. I feel my shape is off, but I think we're going to get...
It's fine.
Alright, let's see how this looks with the white. I think I'll just use a charcoal white. Hopefully... it's not as white as I want. I've got some in the brain. Probably should have sharpened the stove. Yeah, it's not doing it. Let's see here. Wait. See if we can do it with this weight. It needs to be...
That's helping.
Trying to keep it out of the burn. We need... Yeah, I could do this better. I'm having to push really hard trying to get it come over the... Yeah, some of this is not as smooth as I'd like. Having control of your temperature and being comfortable with your pen makes a big difference. It needs more mid-tone, and I'm saying that now as I'm laying this down. Yeah, definitely needs, because there's thin line. Here, look at that thin line.
It reads as chrome now.
Not as well as I'd like, but yeah, I bet. Yeah, chrome, a lot more mid-toned, following the shape, getting it smooth. I did not burn smoothly. And that is part of my problem.
I'd say too, like you picked a really complicated form to do chrome.
I'm sure I did, because that's what I do.
It's much easier. Like if you want to get started on chrome, like I would do like basic shapes first. You know, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to chat.
No, I know.
But in general, like with not too many actual. Like you wouldn't want to do like a chrome eagle because there's like so many different surfaces there. But like a chrome, sphere or a.
And I almost did a sphere, but I'm stubborn, so I didn't. And I should have, but I didn't.
It's okay.
And all I'm doing right here is. This is a embossing tool that I'm just going over the burn part, trying to remove any of the white that I accidentally get in there.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm doing with that. Just trying to scrape out the color. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely a lot more mid-tone. And then by adding more mid-tone, the white would be even brighter. And that's where I think I almost want to do this one again, just to get it right.
Girl's asking, before you go, can you touch briefly on what spray goes where? Like, does workable fixative go down before watercolor? If you use a chalk workable fixative, before or after?
Briefly on what spraying goes where. Workable fixative is for colored pencil, pastels, and that would go over the burning before adding. For watercolor, if you don't want it to bleed within the wood grain, you would have to burn, do several coats of the watercolor clear ground, and then watercolor.
Buffering.
Of course we are, because
That stopped.
Okay, for colored pencil, you've done your burning, you're doing your colored pencil, you're done with that. I would do the spray-on fixative polyacrylic. Do 2 or 3 coats because that will keep from smearing the colored pencil that you've laid down, because the varnish will activate that colored pencil. Then do your brush on top of the spray. So it's burning, colored pencil, the spray varnish, and then your brush on varnish. The spray varnish that I use That's not my UV. Where's my UV?
Valerie's looking for her spray varnish.
Well, I got that. I'm looking for the UVs because she asked about colored pencil, which also...
You're just letting them know because you're way over there.
I'm way over here. Yeah, because my room is just so big.
It is.
It's not that big.
Run back, Valerie.
Okay, colored pencil. So it would be burning, colored pencil. I do 2 coats of the 1 to 2 coats of the spray varnish. Then because it's colored pencil, I would do 1 or 2 coats of the UV archival spray. It's fine that it's a matte. Then I would do my brush on. That's what I would do for colored pencil.
Okay.
Yeah, that white did make a difference on camera at least.
Yeah, it does. Well, Podge, and I agree with what Podge says here. Says that if it was in context, it would look more like chrome.
Yeah, probably. But I didn't finish it out. So that's how I would do colored pencil. The watercolor, I did the burning, the brush on the watercolor ground that's clear. Did the watercolor, then I sprayed with the polyurethane, polyacrylic. This one is satin. And then the brush on. And since the watercolors that I used, minus the brush out, the watercolors themselves tend to be light fast, but the UV spray would go on before the brush on for me. So all that. That's how I keep. Great news. Do we got great news?
Angel. But we don't
know. It's for Angel.
We don't know what the great news is.
Okay, we don't know what it is. Okay. So we'll just do this. I don't know that I covered everything. And I don't know what I'm doing for next week. If you'd like me to do more textures, I can do that for next week. Let me know down in the comments. And if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're almost to 4,000.
Sorry.
So excited. You're just over there messing with everything, aren't you?
Too much coffee.
I got that.
Whoa!
Oh, Angel, thank you.
I can buy shoes. Dobby is free.
Dobby is free. Thank you. She was really being a good great news. That's so good. Hopefully we got the fur. If not, I can work more on the 2 furs next week. If you would like, please let me know. If we don't have anything else, Angel, you're so awesome. Thank you.
Angel.
Happy burning, guys. Bye.